Introduction to Mindfulness.
This time has been set aside for us to gain practical mindfulness knowledge. In these introductory sessions, we hope to introduce the main activities of mindfulness practice as they are taught in the SathiPasala program. Joining may be difficult right now due to the need of prior preparations for certain lessons. If you are listening to this session right now, any teacher, prefect or student who has received this training can put what they have learned into practice during group activities, lessons or individually. Today, we will try to understand mindful eating. Choose a food that you can hold in your palm. If you are practicing with a group, then close your eyes before taking the food in your hand. The food item could be a biscuit or toffee. When holding the food item, be aware of your palm's sense of touch. Bring the food item closer to your nose and smell it to note the scent. Bring it closer to your ear and listen for any sounds it makes when touched. As you think about the food, you may notice a flow of saliva in your mouth. You may visualize the food item in your mind. Your mind has grasped all of this. Now you can taste the food by touching it with your tongue. You can now open your eyes to see and identify the food item. Is the food exactly as you imagined it? Is the color and shape as you imagined? As you look at the food, you become aware of its shape, size, and color in the present moment. Break off a piece of food with your teeth and chew thoroughly. Your tongue is work inside your mouth. Your sense of taste and how it changes. You can be aware of which parts of your tongue detect each taste the best. How is saliva mixing with the food? You will hear sounds as you chew your food. You can imagine and maintain your awareness as the food is swallowed and moves down the esophagus to the stomach. Take another bite of your food and practice mindful eating. Continue to practice SMS, slowly, mindfully, and silently. While eating mindfully, pay attention to the sounds that are made. This will aid in the development and improvement of your mindfulness. This will also aid in the digestion of food. We can reap all of the benefits discussed in the lesson by making mindful eating a daily habit. Practice on your own at home. Practice with closed eyes as a group game or activity. One or more group members could assist in passing out the food items into the palms of the other group members. The mindful eating instructions could be given by teacher, prefect, or student leader. This could become a fun group activity that promotes mindfulness. Most importantly, cultivating mindful eating as a good habit will lead the youth to a healthy lifestyle. More information is available on the SathiPasala website, YouTube channel, and Facebook page. May you cultivate mindfulness and achieve success in your lives as a result of today's and previous lessons.
Good day to everyone. A letter written by a young 8th grader describes how she developed mindfulness from dawn to dusk, during and after school. She claims that staying aware has helped her focus during her meal at home. When her mother fed her a mouthful of rice and curry, she paid close attention to the mouthful and the chewing of the food. She realized that all tastes in the mouthful of food eventually turned to a milky taste. That if she chewed her food thoroughly and attentively, she would not get a stomachache later. She remembered a science lesson about starch digestion, beginning in the mouth, and how chewing converts the food into a digestible state before it is swallowed. If she rushed to swallow the food or swallowed it carelessly, her stomach will be in pain. She noticed the sweetness of starchy foods and how it refreshed her mind. By befriending and completing all of her work tasks, she learned to view external obstacles as non-obstacles. She has used distractions as a motivator to improve her mindfulness. she came to the conclusion that mindfulness should be practiced at all times, in all tasks and all occasions. She goes on to say that what is required for this is the awareness that I am here and now, an attentive mind and intelligence, and the effort to practice mindfulness. Today, we will talk about how we can be more mindful in our daily lives. This is simple to practice while engaged in a solitary activity by yourself. While it may become easier to practice in a group later on, it is difficult to practice mindfulness in a group at first. If you use the time you return from school to brush your teeth or eat your afternoon meal, you will begin to understand that your day organizes itself and that whatever task you do mindfully, you will be able to do it well and without mistakes. You will have no disappointments or regrets because your mind has become friends with the task. You won't realize you are eating if you are not paying attention. You are either watching television or conversing with someone. You may choke or bite your tongue. You will develop a sense of responsibility for your health if you are aware of what you are eating and how much food you ate. We will not understand this if we act unmindfully. This could result in obesity and diseases like diabetes even among small children. When we eat mindfully during a meal, we can thoroughly chew and grind the food in our mouth, transforming it into a liquid that can be swallowed as a drink. When we drink something such as milk or orange juice, we can keep it in our mouth for a while and chew it before swallowing it. Mahatma Gandhi, a well-known Indian leader, once stated that we must drink all solids and chew all liquids. This is a useful lesson to remember when practicing mindful eating. We can practice this while sitting at a table with others, but practicing alone will allow us to experience and internalize it. I am irritated when others rush or behave excitedly because I eat mindfully and practice mindfulness, and because I have heard about mindfulness before. With this understanding, I will not react in a knee-jerk manner, but will instead eat in silence more than before, not even looking at the person who has irritated me. I know it is pointless to explain their error or teach them the proper way because their minds are too agitated and they won't understand me. Instead of attempting to be in conflict with the situation or person or to correct the person, I can respond in a positive and healthy manner. The answer to their bad behavior is my silence, because when irritated by seeing others eat without manners, the best mindful response is to silently model mindful eating behavior without reacting. Mindful eating as a daily mindful activity not only helps us maintain our calm, but it also helps us on a much larger scale by teaching us a life lesson. We must remember to practice mindfulness in one daily task that we do alone and make it a habit for life. Because we become more preoccupied and busier as we grow older, it is easy to form such mindful habits when we are younger than when we are adults. Beginning mindfulness practice when we are young will allow us to be more effortless in our adult practice, because that impact on the mind and body will be greater. If you practice this way, you will not be bothered by the fact that others are not as mindful as you are. Your silence can teach them a valuable lesson. You can think that I am working slowly and mindfully, and I am teaching others to practice mindfulness with SMS, slowly, mindfully, and silently. You may also notice that others who were previously rushing their work are now working quietly and calmly as a result of your influence. This will bring you immense joy in your life. May you all have a good and a joyful day.
This is a presentation by SathiPasala Foundation.